A few years ago, I was sitting in my office, and on my right-hand side, I had my friend, that leader, captain of the hockey team, never say no kind of guy. He's the vice president external, Connor Brown. And on my left, I had Ben Cannon. Ben Cannon is a stand-up comedian, and the position that he assumed was vice president student life. Now, my role was vice president operations and finance, and together we were 3 of the 5 executives for the University of Calgary's student union. Together we ran an $18 million organization, and were responsible for the fees and the activities of 25,000 students. And we were having a meeting, we were talking about whatever it is that student leaders talk about when we got a knock on the door. Now, we're used to knocks on the doors. Usually they're businesses or groups that are trying to pass along discounts to the student body, whether it be pizza if you bought a t-shirt, or a discount if you went to the dentist, or a pub crawl if we can bring students out downtown. But this wasn't one of those opportunities. This was something a little bit different. This was a once-in-a-lifetime journey that we would never forget, assuming everything worked out. So the girls came in, and it turned out it was Red Bull. And they had their coolers on the back, and they were full of Red Bull. And they came in, and they said, "Fellas, we want you to do this journey. Should you apply, and should you win?" Sure, what's that? It's called Can You Make It? We're thinking, yeah, we can make it. The journey was from London to Berlin. We had 7 days to do it. We would compete against 100 teams from 40 countries. All were teams of 3. Okay, sure. What's the catch? That's where it got interesting. The catch was we were not allowed cell phones or communication or internet connection of any kind. We had no transportation, we had no accommodations, and we had no food rations whatsoever. We had to get across a continent with no currency, no money, nothing. The deal was that they would give us 24 Red Bull at the start line in London, a list of addresses scattered across the continent, and if we miraculously made it to these addresses, we would get 24 more Red Bull, and we would get to continue our journey for the remainder of the days to get to Berlin. Looked at Ben. I looked at Connor. So what do you think, fellas? Should we try? So this is a Thursday afternoon. Saturday morning, we come in, 8:30, a little bit foggy-headed, and this is the 1-minute video that we shot for our application.
Get it done. The road to Berlin is paved with Red Bull and casualties. Are we gonna make it? You bet.
I oversee an $18 million organization that represents 25,000 undergraduate students. We have 6 business units, and my job is to make sure they're strong and profitable. Can we make it across Europe on just Red Bull?
Yeah, probably there and back. I am Daenerys Stormborn, Khaleesi of the Dothraki Horde, and the Mother of Dragons. Can we make it across Red Bull using only Europe? I don't know. I don't even know where I am right now. I need to go to the bathroom.
Hey, we're the executive team at the University of Calgary Students Union.
We made it here, and we can make it to Berlin.
I love you.
Oh man. We got the call, and a month later, we're sitting on the River Thames with Tower Bridge right beside us. We had the beautiful Red Bull arch that was there, and our team was ready to go. See, here's the thing. We weren't best friends by any means. We were colleagues. We were vice presidents. We were elected to our positions. We didn't really know each other all that well before, but we had a common goal. That goal was to make it to Berlin in 7 days and win the journey. So we're all ready to go. The gun goes off. What's our first thought? Which way is France? We had no idea. We were not ready for this. We were gonna get it to Berlin, no problem, no problem. But we didn't even know how to get out of London. See, here's the thing. London, getting out of London is kind of like hitchhiking from here to Toronto. Nobody's going there. Nobody's going from downtown London to France. And we didn't consider that. But we scrambled. We scrambled to the point that it got pretty tricky. We had burned 4 hours in downtown London. We were climbing over each other. We were cutting each other off. We were trying to talk to police officers, to civilians, to people downtown, until we realized that we were just burning time. Someone came up with the brilliant idea that we got to head to a gas station because maybe somebody's going to be driving somewhere for a gas station. And a couple hours later, we made it to the outskirts of London. That's where we got picked up by Scout. Or at least we thought his name was Scout. It turns out he was a Boy Scout. And his dad, Rick, they took us to Dover, to the cliffs of Dover, where the ferry was, but not without stopping at the Boy Scouts meeting so that we could tell them about our journey and make sure they had a lesson about warriors and adventurers. We got to Dover, and it was 10:30. The last ferry to France left at 10:20. It was 10 degrees Celsius and raining that night. We slept outside on the sidewalk with nothing. It got a little tricky here because we started to implode a little bit as a team, as one might, in the middle of nowhere, having never been to the country before, nor the continent, on this 6-day journey. We hadn't eaten anything yet, and we got a little bit chippy. We managed to sneak on the ferry in the morning, and when we got to France, things got a lot worse. The first problem with France, and not being true Canadians, as we should be, we didn't speak French. Oh no. Now we had to trade Red Bull in a country with a language that we couldn't speak, that we didn't factor in, because our goal was Berlin, it wasn't France. We were thinking way down the road, as we do with our organizations, their 5 and our 10-year plans, and we didn't necessarily think about the little steps along the way. So there was a bit of a fight that ensued. Not like a physical fight, but we got to be a little bit, we clashed. There may have been some tears. They may have been mine. And things were going downhill. Until we saw the Swedes. The Swedes. So the Swedes were Brian, Rebecca, and Amanda, and they had come to the same train station that we were at with a skip in their step and a smile on their face and just like sunny days ahead. I'm thinking, what are you guys doing? How is this happening? I got tear stains on my face, and this is not the same race that we're battling in. Here's what they said. They said, you guys are looking at this whole thing wrong. She said, you guys have built a team, yes, you're aligned in your common goal, but you haven't built a community. Let's unpack that a little bit. See, a team is a group of people that come together to achieve a common goal. Ben, Connor, and I equally wanted to get to Berlin. We had thousands of people at home watching us. We had our parents that we wanted to make proud. We had our girlfriends. Well, who knew what was going to be on the line when we came home? But we didn't treat each other with the value and the fellowship that a community has. See, that's what the Swedes did. And when they told us about this shift from creating a team to creating a community, we took ourselves aside and we spent an hour just to slow things down a little bit. We wanted to understand from our team members what it was that each of us could bring to the table. You saw Ben in his underwear. He's hilarious. He's the people's guy, and when we wanted to get some food, he was now our guy to trade Red Bull for food. It even got to the point where he traded 3 Red Bull for a 4-course meal for all of us with a vodka. Bonus. It only took a little sip when you haven't eaten for a few days, that's for sure. See, Connor, he was really good at making these sort of longer-term relationships and building trust, okay? So he was responsible for accommodations. We slept a night in a hotel, we had a sleeper car on the train, and things got a lot better. Myself, I was able to do some quick, call it manipulation, maybe trading and bartering, but I really got us on the trains. In fact, in the first 2 days, we traveled 200 kilometers. In the next 4, because we made it to Berlin a day early, we traveled 3,212 kilometers with no money. And this happened because we weren't just a team anymore. We were something so much greater than a team. We ended up collecting 126 cans of Red Bull. We used 13 modes of transportation. We traveled to 6 countries and traveled 3,412 kilometers in 6 days, not 7. And we made it. We had an incredible story to tell, all because we made a shift. And that shift was to give each other time and space, to make sure that we belonged and that we were part of something than just a team. See, we talk a lot about psychological safety and trust and belonging now, and what I've come to realize is that belonging is being somewhere you want to be and they want you. When we realized the value that we brought to the team, we fit in, we belonged more. But when we're building teams and we just look at skills and requirements in education, that's when people at times just fit in. We force a square peg into a round hole, and we wonder why we've got these cultural conversations and issues that are coming up. See, I don't think we should be building teams anymore. I think we should be building communities where we're rooted in fellowship, where we trust each other and belong. And that's what I want to talk about today, is building communities. What I think we need to do is to plant our flag. And a company that's done this really well, and perhaps this is a tribute to their late founder, Tony Hsieh, is Zappos. I'm going to roll a quick clip to show you what it's like behind the scenes at Zappos. Check it out.
He's talked about work-life separation or work-life balance. And for us, our approach is really to focus on work-life integration. Because at the end of the day, it's just life.
The Zappos culture is unlike anything else I've ever seen. We joke that it's happier than Disney.
It's like a family. It's like this big family. And we're happy to see each other. We come to work. We enjoy it. And we have fun here.
Company culture is our main business strategy. It's the #1 priority of the company.
I think that we've always felt that competitors could copy our selection, they can copy our shipping, but one thing that could never be copied was our company culture.
So take it from Fred, no title, Mosler. You can't copy their workplace culture. I say thank goodness. Because look, I'm supposed to be this like avocado toast loving millennial who's all about these fun and games, but I couldn't work 10 minutes in an environment like that. Between the ferns and the shake weights and the antlers, are you kidding me? No way. But what I love about Zappos is they've done such a good job at planting their flag in the ground that I'm never going to apply. By the way, Zappos is one of the best places to work in America for the last 15 years. They've got lineups around the block of people that want to work there. Why? Because they've done such a good job at explaining what it's actually like to work there. Here's what I think we need to do. I think we need to treat our workplace culture like cilantro. Show of hands on the wall. Who loves cilantro? Quick show of hands, yes? Oh, Christina loves cilantro. Thank you. Who hates cilantro? Anyone hate it? Yes, Christina, also from Cleveland. Okay, how about black licorice? Anyone love black licorice? Quick show of hands. How about who hates it? Yeah, Elizabeth, I'm with you. I hate it too. How about pineapple? Does pineapple belong on pizza? Any Italians in the group? Yeah. How about no? Any no's? No. How about out here? Any no's? Does pineapple belong on pizza? No. How about pizza? Does it belong on pineapple? No, I'm just kidding. That's a joke. That's a joke. Okay, but maybe I'll ask one more question. Is there anyone here, let's go to the wall. Is there anyone on the wall that dips their French fries in their Frosties or their milkshakes? Probably a few, maybe one. Yeah, Mindy, I knew there was somebody. It's going to be you, right? Here's the thing. I want us to treat our workplace culture like cilantro, black licorice, pineapple on pizza, or even dipping our French fries in our milkshakes. When we can create that polarizing heck yes or absolutely not, much like Zappos has done, we're going to be able to create a more intentional workplace of people who are aligned in the work that we do, but also the life that we live too. See, the thing is, we've been talking about best places to work for so long, and I know in this room and on this wall today, so many of these organizations are on these best places to work lists. And if you are, I don't want to take anything away from that. A huge, huge congratulations. If you're on the best places to work list, the best managed companies list, the best leaders, most diverse and inclusive, best place for women, this is an incredible accomplishment, and I sincerely congratulate you. But the idea of a best culture, I think we've got it wrong. Problem is that the best place to work in America right now, according to Fortune magazine, is Cisco. The third best place to work is the Hilton hotel chain. Congrats to both. The question then is, would somebody that works at Cisco, looking to stabilize the internet for generations to come, want to be making our beds or checking us in at a Hilton? Probably not. Would somebody who wants to be parking our car at a Hilton or maybe working in the restaurant want to be working on the 33rd floor in an office building in Nashville? Probably not. See, the problem is that when we talk about best places to work, we rarely talk about why. What makes them a best place to work? What life do we get to live? I get this question asked all the time. Should we be remote? Should we be flexible? Should we have everyone back in the office? There's no should in this conversation. Find out what our people like most and double down on that. McKinsey will share with us that, look, it's not distributed evenly, but my goodness, there are a lot of people back in the office or not in the office at all. In fact, you're going to hear from Rite Aid later today about the great work that Jocelyn and Hayward have done. And I looked at this stuff and it is incredible. But that doesn't mean that your organization needs to do that too. I would be inspired by Rite Aid and listen closely for the things that they asked their employees that led to the decisions that they made. Because so often we see that, well, Netflix does it this way, or our competitor across the street does it this way. If our people wanted it done that way, they'd be at those companies over there.